Hey, all you zealots and zerglings! It's time for another roommate Smackdown. They really wanted to play against each other badly today, so we're at pretty much game 3 right in a row. So far it is 2-1 for our green Zerg here, Contrarian, and over here on the opposite side of the map, Delta Quadrant, a map probably a lot of you haven't seen in quite some time, we have Dunamai as the purple Zerg. Last game, I think Dunamai last game knew that he was apparently, okay, we're going to have hard macro and then a Roach Hydra combo. Okay. Now, I think Dunamai knew last game that he was off, and it just, I don't know if he realized how badly it was throwing him off, but he just kept getting further and further behind, and he tried to play catch-up by expanding several minutes after Contrarian, and that was absolutely the wrong decision. He really needed to attack. If you throw your expansion down just a little bit behind, you'll be okay, but that was just too far behind to catch up. It looks like the overlords are pushing out along the map. Well, I guess you can't push them straight across because you don't know where people are spawning, but they have spawned cross positions. It's going to be a long time for an overlord sees what's going on. And it looks like we're going to be getting a 14 gas out here for Dunamai. Looks like he wants to go for some early speedlings. Expect him to pop out another drone and then maybe throw up that spawning pool. Oh, no, yeah, he's going to get that spawning pool up there at 13 instead of 14. Wants to get that pool out just a little bit earlier. And it looks like Contrarian's pool is going down at about the same time, but he does not yet have gas. So if Dunamai wanted to get some early lings and try to harass, he might have an advantage for a little while, but first he's got to find where his opponent is at. And it is not at this base. Although his overlord's a little bit misdirected, it's not even going to see whether or not this base is taken or not, because unless he's going for an early gas here, this overlord can't tell anything. So if he's going to go for an early speedling attack, then he doesn't quite have the reconnaissance information that he needs just yet. But he is going to see this overlord. That should tell him exactly where Contrarian is, because there's no way this overlord came all the way from this part of the map. So hopefully Dunamai can deduce where his opponent is at right now. And it looks like Contrarian is going to go for a Roach Warren again. A lot of early Roach Warrens here. You don't usually see that in a ZVZ because it really kind of hurts your map control. And on a map like this, your natural is very exposed, which is going to be very hard for Roaches to defend. And you have this in-base expansion, but you got to knock down these rocks first, which is so difficult for a Zerg to do early. Believe me, it just gives me migraines and nightmares all at the same time. He's pumping out some Zerglings. Looks like he is going to try to take this expansion. This could be a bit risky. He does not know what his opponent is doing yet, and if he suddenly got hit with a bunch of Lings, it's going to be hard to defend. But he doesn't really have to worry because Contrarian is going Roaches right now. Roaches not very quick until they get the speed boost and can easily be overrun by Zerglings if you get enough of them out. And the Zerglings are pushing out. Looks like he might want to go for a bit of aggression. This may be a good timing for it because there's a couple Roaches coming out right now, but he doesn't have a lot, and a couple Roaches will easily go down to this number of Lings. Well, not easily, but it'll be pretty bad. And, oh no, he's going to scout this corner of the map, but you saw his overlord. There's no way he can actually be here. Where is he going? He's got to go in the right direction, and it looks like this Roach is pushing out, which might be perfect for Dunamai, because if the Roaches aren't at the base, he might be able to stall these Roaches, and he has managed to catch one of the Roach out of the map, and this is exactly why going early Roaches does not give you any map control at all. And if he keeps pushing, he needs to pull back, but actually, I almost would just push right into the base. Force these Roaches back. Force these Roaches back. Don't let them keep marching onto your base, but he's going to try to let his expansion finish. He's going to try to throw out some more Lings, but oh, it looks like Contrarian was not paying attention to his overlord. It is going to go down. Is that going to... Oh, that is going to supply block him. That's going to hurt any more production of units right now. But he did not slow down this attack at all. He needs to get a lot of Zerglings out because Lings are not that great against Roaches. But see how quickly he can thin them out. I don't know if he's going to have quite enough for this number of Roaches. He's going to add to the ranks. Another Roach goes down. He might have just... Oh, there's even another Roach there. I completely miscounted the Roaches. He's going to try to get 12 more Lings out. Pull it. No, you got to pull these Lings back. You don't want to waste these Lings right now. And he's going to try to micro that Roach, and that was actually pretty good micro. It's going to take out those 2 Lings, but these Lings should be enough to take this out. Oh, but with 3 more reinforcing, this could be bad. If you've been able to take out those Roaches, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Oh, I don't know about. Ugh. You don't want those Lings to take excess damage until they get more of their allies out. And yeah, I think he should be able to clean this up. Yeah, he will clean that up. And what has Contrarian been doing in the meantime? He has expanded on his own, but it's going to be hard for him to defend both of these with just roaches. He does have a spine here, which will help. I don't know if it's going to be enough. It looks like Dunamai does want to push. It's going to be enough. He's got to be careful. These roaches are going to be pretty good against this. I don't think this is a smart engagement. You don't want to just throw yourself against roaches if you lose your advantage here. Oh, no, Dunamai. You were doing good. You deflected his attack, but then you threw away all your Lings. And he doesn't have that much of an economy lead. And doesn't even really have a larva lead, so I don't know if that was the right choice. Although it looks like Contrarian might lose another Overlord because he's not watching where they're going. But he's at least got to get some Lings out here on the watchtower. He's got to spot if another roach attack is coming. Because he's fine to macro right now. But he's got to know when there's an attack coming so he knows when to prepare for it. Looks like actually this Overlord is going to make it out of there just fine. He's going to get his spine up. It's going to be hard to guard both here and the ramp. He's going to need to get... I think he needs to get some creep spread out right now. Instead he's going to throw a spore at the main. It looks like Contrarian with that first attack was just going to try to slow down Dunamai's expansion. And now he's just going to go into macro mode. And they're still pretty neck and neck. Both of them are just kind of making drones right now. Or at least trying to make drones, and they're both going to lair at the same time, but a huge swell of drones from Contrarian could give him a decisive advantage. Is he gonna try to push with that? I thought maybe he's gonna try to push. And once we get to lair tech, are we gonna see the Spire go up? I think we might. And double Spire could be interesting. It could be coming down to who has the most gas, which neither of them really putting down a lot of gas yet. I think Contrarian was a little bit late on his gas. Dunamai, his gas is almost done, but his lair is also just finished too. So both of them a little bit late on their gas. They're not going to be able to get out a lot of lair tech just yet. And he does have an extra queen there for spreading out that creep. That is exactly what he needs to do. But he really should have his Lings. He should have his Lings at this watchtower. Well, he's got them over here, but just throw one Ling at the watchtower. And he did bust down those rocks, which Contrarians are still up, which means that he's not going to be prepared for if Dunamai wants to go for a third base, but oh, we got another push out. See, that's why it was important to have this watchtower. He would have already seen this coming. He could have prepared with getting some more Lings out. He does have the larva for it, but he doesn't even know this attack is coming right now. Or even some Overlords. There's no Overlords spread across the center of the map. I mean, these Overlords are here, but I have a feeling those were just incidentally rallied there. So no one is gathering any vision right now. Looks like Contrarian's not pushing, just going to take some map vision right there. But it's a little bit dangerous because if a huge swell of Lings surrounds these, I mean, they'll take a lot out. But if they go down, he's going to be in big trouble. And oh, Dunamai's going to be taking his third. If he can just delay any sort of attack from Contrarian, he might be way ahead right now. He does have 41 harvesters to 39, but he needs to get a lot more than that. And it looks like Dunamai's going to, or Contrarian's going to abandon the watchtower. And Dunamai preparing to take even another base. I like this, but I still would like to see him put one Ling on this tower. Maybe even put a Ling right here so we can see any attack that's coming out right now. And we do have the Spire going down for Dunamai. Contrarian getting a huge swell of Lings right now. If he's going to push for an attack, I don't think Dunamai's ready for this. There's no Baneling Nest down right now. And he's got a huge Ling deficit right now. This could be bad. If Contrarian is going for an attack, I think he might be able to do a ton of damage. But it looks like right now he's going to try to take down his own rocks. But he's going to be a little bit behind in the expansions. But it's going to be up to Dunamai to push his advantage. And he has pushed his econ advantage. This may be the first time tonight he's actually had a significant econ lead. And I thought I saw the infestation pit going down. He's getting +1 or +2 attack, +1 armor. I would have preferred to see him get the armor first, but that's just my preference. And it looks like 1-1 is just going to go down for Contrarian, so he's going to be a little bit behind in expansions and just now getting Zergling speed. But since he only now just made Zerglings, that's not really that big a deal. But I have a feeling he's gearing up for a big attack right now. And this creep spread, it's a mixed blessing. It'll give Dunamai a lot of early warning that getting this watchtower would have gotten him, but it also allows Contrarian to reinforce really fast, and considering right now he has the bigger army supply, He has 56 to 40, so he has the army supply. So he needs to use this, and he has to use it to an attack if he wants to. And oh, some of his forces, the roaches do get intercepted, but they're going to take a big chunk out of those zerglings right now. And yeah, oh, he did not even take out those roaches. So there's a big swell of units here, and four Mulisks is not going to be enough. This is looking pretty bad. Oh, he already has some Mulisks out, but this is not going to be enough to take out this many units. This could be really, really bad. What is he going to do right now? He's just pumping out. Mulisks right now. What kind of he doesn't have any larva count. I think he needed to get down a macro hatch a long time ago. Does Contrarian have a macro hatch of his own? Yes, he does, which is probably how he's able to get out so many units, because both players are floating a lot of minerals, although currently Dunamai has no gas, which another hatch would have allowed him to get so many more lings out right now. And he had such an econ lead, but he just did not have the army to back it up. But these mules are doing what they can to slow this down, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It's going to take them a long time to kill this army, and it looks like they're happy to take this and retreat, which is good, because Dunamai does have this hatch here, but he does not rallying it. I hope he does not forget about these units, because he's going to need every unit he needs if another attack comes. Infestation Pit coming out for Contrarian, maybe to get some infestors out, maybe he's going to combat these Mutalisks, which are going to be at his front door soon, and he is throwing down some spores. I think he'll be okay. There's not nearly as many Mutalisks as there were in last game. This one spawns just in time. He's going to take out that queen, which may be good. It might have had enough energy for a transfuse, but now the spore has nothing to keep it alive. And two more queens are going. Oh, and he left the spore alive! Oh, he left the spore alive, and he's taking all sorts of damage. He doesn't need to, but oh, there's too many queens here. You got to get out here. There's too many queens. There's too much anti-air. You're losing too many Mutalisks. Get out! Get out! Oh, taking way too much damage there. I mean, Mutalisks would have given him some serious map control that he could use to harass any armies pushing out, but now he threw his Mutalisk count away, and Contrarian was prepared for it. I mean, he did. Yeah, that didn't work out well. He needed, once he saw how much anti-air was there, he needed to pull back, and he needed not to leave that spore alive. He took a lot of damage from that spore and didn't finish it off. And once those extra queens came, he had to realize that there was just too much anti-air here. Oh, there's a lot of drones here. Very oversaturated. No, gotta be careful. I don't know why he's attacking with such a small force. Well, here comes some reinforcing lings and some reinforcing mules. He just needs to hold Contrarian back. And oh, the Hydralisks are out now. And oh, he's engaging in range of the Spore Crawler. And oh, more Hydralisks are coming, but the lings might be able to help counter that. But this is not the place to engage where there's all these defensive towers. But it looks like he is going to try. He's trying to pump out more units, but he just does not have the larva count right now. And it looks like he just used up the last of his larvae. He needs more hatcheries. Did he ever make another hatch? He didn't. He never remade this hatch, and he never made any macro hatches, so he just does not have the larva production. He could actually be doing some damage now if he had a big enough army, but he doesn't have the larva. He needed to remake some hatcheries. He needed to be making some now. Because as soon as this attack goes down, I smell a counterattack coming. Maybe? Oh no, he's gonna run in some more units. Oh, he's just streaming in units a handful at a time. He's not committing. He's just, right now he's just throwing units out there, hoping that he can do something. But it's just, he's just throwing away units right now. I think he might think he's behind, and he just needs to do as much damage as he can. He's getting a Baneling Nest out. That might be a good idea, but it looks like, yeah, I told you, once that's deflected, here comes the counterattack. And he definitely needs a macro hatch, but he never remade that hatchery. He never made a third hatch. He's going to try to make one now after his attack is dead, and when a counterattack is most likely. A counterattack is most likely after your attack gets cleaned out. And that is probably the worst time to be throwing down a hatchery, especially in such an exposed position. And with all the money he has, he could throw down another. Oh, no, that's his Baneling Nest. And I don't think this attack's going to stay back long enough for him to get Banelings out. And he's got to be careful. You got to see this attack and know there's some danger there. You're not watching your Mutalisks. Okay, maybe saw that action. I don't know if I'd waste my Mutalisks trying to snipe those two Hydras. And here comes the attack. This hatchery's not going to be done in time. And now with the Hydralisks on the creep, they got a huge speed bonus. And he's going to march right into the main. He's going to try to get some Banelings out, but I don't think they're going to be out in time. But if Contrarian is not careful, these Banelings could pop right on his Lings. He's got to be careful. The Banelings are almost done, but they're trying to attack the Banelings. And can he get them into the Hydralisk line? He can take out some Hydralisks, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And he's trying to get out 14 Lings. His Infestation Pit is going to go down. His Baneling Nest is going to go down. Will he be able to save his lair? I don't know that he can. Oh, that poor Hydralisk. Oh, the Broodlings are going to help him out a little bit there. And I think he did have some decent upgrades. 1-2 on those upgrades, and he's going to try. He might be able to clean this up, but I think he's just falling behind now. 2 Infestor Lair thingies. Oh. He has a backup infestation pit. He has redundant buildings. It happens. It happens, but now with this huge Hydralisk army. Oh, no, Dunamai is going to give in. It's going to be the GG, and that might have been all he could do. I mean, yeah, he lost his economy lead. His army supply is way behind. Yeah, I think that was the right decision. But I hope you enjoyed this Roommate Smackdown, and have a day.